Now let us continue with the second type of circular tank resting on ground, that is circular tank with rigid base. This I'll be explaining first with the help of approximate method, then IS code method. So by now you have learned a lot of RCC elements and you must be conversant now with the behavior of an element which is fixed or rigid at the base. So as in the previous case, the wall of the tank was flexible at the base, and now the wall of the tank is rigid at the base. So at this, as this point is fixed, so this wall will behave like a cantilever. So as this is the cantilever end, the moment here will not be 0 and will have some value, that is the moment at this cantilever moment at this particular base. This will be almost same as that which we studied in the retaining wall design. So due to the rigid base, there is a constraint in wall movement in the bottom portion because of the rigidity or fixity at this junction. So the tank wall behaves like a cantilever near bottom of the tank, and the upper part of the wall is subjected to hoop tension like in the previous case, that is the tanks with rigid base. So the bottom portion of the tank wall behaves like a cantilever and is subjected to the cantilever moment, and the upper portion is subjected to only hoop tension. So now here we look at the approximate method. We are assuming here that the height up to which the wall behaves like a cantilever is h is equal to h by 3 or 1 meter above the base, whichever is greater of both. So if capital H is the height of the tank, then it behaves like a cantilever up to a height of h by 3 or 1 meter, whichever is the greater of these two. So the cantilever moment at the base will be, now let us make the diagram. If this is the tank wall and this is the water pressure acting on its face, as you can see it is almost like that of a retaining wall stem. So pressure at the base is gamma h. Now we are assuming that it behaves like a cantilever up to this point only, right? So up to this point only. So this height is small h. This pressure, water pressure, is gamma h. So the force acting in this area up to this area where cantilever action is on will be the area of this particular triangle. So the force in this particular region, force due to the water pressure, will be half into base, that is gamma h, into height, that is small h. So this is the expression for the force at this particular, in this particular region up to height small h. Now the moment due to this force at the base, that is the cantilever moment at the base or fixed end, will be into h by 3, force into h by 3, because it acts at the centroid of this triangle, which is at a distance of small h by 3. So I hope you understand this part. Hence we can say that the cantilever moment acting at the base of the wall due to the water pressure force is half gamma capital H into small h into h by 3. So due to this particular moment we will be calculating the reinforcement, which will be the vertical reinforcement acting on the, which will be provided on the inside face, inner face of your tank wall, because as you know that as it is a cantilever fixed at this point, so it will bend like this, so the tension will be on the inner face, so the reinforcement will also in the inner face. Now let us come to the upper portion. This will be almost same as that of the previous case which we did, that was for circular base, sorry, flexible base. So in the previous case only one type of force was acting on the circular tank wall, that was the direct or hoop tension, due to the water pressure. Now in this case there will be two types of forces or moments. One is the cantilever moment due to the water pressure as I discussed here, and second will be the hoop tension. But the difference is that this hoop tension, it is assumed to be maximum here. If this is the height of, this is the tank wall and this is h height, up to this h height we are taking cantilever action, and above this we are taking the hoop tension only. So it is assumed that the hoop tension will be maximum here at this particular height, and this height is h minus h, small h. So the upper part above height h is subjected to hoop tension, and it will be maximum at this height above the base, or h minus h height from the top. So the formula for this will be T is equal to gamma h minus h into d by 2. In the previous case, when the hoop tension was maximum at the bottom, so the height from top was capital H. Now in this case the height is h minus h. So I hope you understand this now, that the tension, maximum tension in case of rigid base will be gamma h minus h into d by 2. So this is the second difference. First difference is this, and the second difference is this, the cantilever moment and the hoop tension. Now for this particular force, hoop tension, we will be providing the hoops or rings as done in the previous case. So reinforcement due to the cantilever moment will be provided in the form of vertical reinforcement up to small h height on the inner face, because the cantilever, due to cantilever action, the inner face will undergo tension. And the reinforcement will be calculated by the formula AST is m upon sigma st JD. I have already explained this formula to you while we were discussing the working stress method. Now, as you know, the cantilever action is acting up to only this particular height h. So we can curtail some of the bars above this height. So we can provide some bars of this height and some bars of whole height, as we cannot keep this area blank or without vertical reinforcement. Now here comes another difference. Thickness of tank wall. In the previous case, when we discussed flexible base, the thickness of tank wall was calculated on the basis of this formula, that the stress in the tank wall should be less than the permissible tensile stress in the concrete. But now this is not accepted here. This principle is not applied here, because there is a more critical principle acting here, that is the cantilever moment. So we will calculate the thickness of tank wall on the basis of the maximum cantilever moment acting at the base of the ball, which is calculated as follows. The depth required of the tank, effective depth required, will be under root m upon rb, where r is the design constants half sigma cbc j into k. So we calculate d required, effective depth, and we calculate the total thickness is equal to d required plus effective cover. So this is the another very prominent difference, that is how the thickness of wall is calculated. So you must keep these differences in mind and keep comparing it with the previous cases. Now we have calculated the vertical reinforcement, the thickness of tank wall. Now we will be providing reinforcement due to the hoop tension T. Here hoop tension is gamma h minus h into d by 2, and reinforcement due to this will be T upon sigma st. As discussed previously, the spacing can be increased more here at the top, or you can keep the spacing same also throughout the height. It's up to you. Now the base slab is designed as in the previous case. The minimum thickness is selected and the minimum reinforcement is provided in the base slab. So what are the main points to remember in the main differences with the flexible base? In the flexible base circular tank, the main reinforcement was the hoop reinforcement due to the hoop tension force. But here in the rigid base case, the main reinforcement is the vertical reinforcement due to cantilever moment provided on the inner face. The horizontal reinforcement here will be due to the hoop tension, which will be gamma h minus h d by 2, and it will be maximum at a height of small h from base or h minus h from top. Thickness of tank wall is decided on the basis of the maximum cantilever moment here, and in the previous case it was decided on the principle that the tensile stresses acting in the tank wall must be less than the permissible tensile stresses. So this was about the rigid base. Now we will discuss a design problem. So here we have to design a circular tank with rigid base of 1 lakh liter capacity, and depth of the tank is given to be 5 meter. So as done in the previous case, the diameter is not given, so from the volume or capacity of water required we calculate the diameter of the tank, which comes out to be 5.1. Then we determine the design constants. We are using here M25 concrete and Fe415 steel. So using table number 1, 2 and 4 of IS 3370 part 2, we calculate the design constants M, K, J and R. I have explained this in detail in the previous problem. Now first we calculate the maximum hoop tension. The maximum hoop tension will be at a distance of h minus h from the top, where h is either h by 3 or 1 meter, whichever is the greater. So we will take it to be h by 3 is 5 by 3 or 1 meter, so we will take it to be 1.66 meter. So maximum hoop tension is gamma h minus h into d by 2, which comes out to be 83.5 kilonewton. Keep noting the differences. First difference, gamma h minus h into d by 2. Now second is the maximum cantilever moment will be acting at the base due to this pressure. So this value is gamma h and this is small h. So the force will be half into gamma h into small h, and the lever arm of this force will be h by 3. So the moment will be half gamma h into h by 3. So we calculate the maximum cantilever moment at the base. Now we decide the thickness of wall on the basis of this formula. Another difference, d required is under root m upon rb. So we calculate the effective depth required for this to carry this particular moment. Here r is the design constant calculated earlier. Now thickness required. So we provide a total thickness of 180 mm with 30 mm cover, and effective thickness is taken as 150 mm. So this is just the minimum thickness required. You can take it more than 122 mm also. So the thickness of wall is 180 mm. Now vertical reinforcement due to cantilever bending moment is calculated. AST is equal to m upon sigma st jd. We assume the diameter of bars and calculate the spacing of these bars. So these 16 mm dia bars are provided at 140 mm center to center on the inner face due to tension on the inner face at a height of 1.7 meter from base. Why 1.7 meter? Because we know that at up to 1.66, or if we round it off to 1.7 meter, up to this height we have cantilever action. So most of the reinforcement we will be providing here, and this portion does not have cantilever action, so we can reduce the reinforcement here. So the plan of the front elevation of this wall will look like this: 1.7 meter high vertical bar, another full height vertical bar, then again smaller bar. This is the smallest height up to which most of the reinforcement is densely provided. Half of the bars can be curtailed above that, so the reinforcement here will be double. Spacing of the reinforcement here will be double. So if this is 140 mm, this will be 280 mm here. So at a height above 1.7 meter we can provide reinforcement at 280. This will be 16 mm, not 12 mm. I have written it by mistake. Now horizontal reinforcement will be provided on the basis of the hoop tension. Hoop tension is 83.5 kilonewton, and the reinforcement is coming out to be 643 by the equation AST is T upon sigma ST. But according to the code, AST minimum is 0.35% on each surface zone. So this is 315 mm square. Now AST required is 643, and minimum AST is 315, so we can provide area of reinforcement is equal to area of required. Hence, as area of steel is less than that, the minimum area of steel is less than required, so we assume the diameter of bars and provide this much reinforcement here. So this is the horizontal reinforcement. Now we will do a final check, that is check for tensile stress in concrete. We know that the tensile stress in concrete must always be less than the permissible tensile stress. So as now we know the thickness, we put all these expressions T, small t, M, AST provided here. Note here that this AST provided is not the area of vertical reinforcement, but it is the area of the horizontal reinforcement which has been provided. Now sigma T will is coming out to be 0.45 and the permissible value is 1.3. Hence our relation is getting satisfied, so our design is okay. This is just a check to check the safety of stresses in the wall. Now we provide AST minimum in the base slab. AST minimum was coming out to be 315 mm square, so we provide this reinforcement on both forces in both directions, and the thickness is taken as 200 mm. So this is the detailing of the cantilever of the circular tank with rigid base. This is the vertical reinforcement of full height. This is the vertical reinforcement of height up to 1.7 meter. I think this is 16 mm dia, so you will write here 16. Now these are the hoops provided, 10 mm diameter at 120 center to center. So we can also increase the spacing towards top, because as you know in this region the tension will be more as compared to this region. So here you can increase the spacing, or you can keep the spacing same also, it's up to you. And in the base slab we provide reinforcement in both faces in both directions. So this was the design of your circular tank with rigid base. Now we will be studying the same case of circular tank with rigid base with the IS code method. I told you earlier that there are two methods of analysis and design of RCC tanks, that is approximate method and IS code method. So first let us look what is actually approximate method. Here look at this line. Here I have written, it is assumed that tank wall will behave like a cantilever up to height h, this. And next again look here, the hoop tension will be maximum at height h above base, and the expression is this. So as you can see, we have made two prominent assumptions here, that the cantilever action will be up to this point only and the hoop tension will be maximum at this point only. So this is all just assumption. As you can see, this cannot be the same case for every type of wall, as every type of tank wall or every type of tank. So this is the approximate method, where we are doing approximation and assumption of things. So according to this approximation, why we were doing this approximation, because we were calculating the hoop tension due to water pressure and the cantilever moment at base due to the water pressure. So as you can see, due to the assumption the T was coming out to be this, and due to the assumption the cantilever moment was coming out to be this, because we had assumed this height small h. So but as this cannot be the same case for everything, so we will be now doing the IS code method of design. This is a more accurate method of design. Here what we do, we just open our code IS 337 part 4, and in this code we have different tables for different cases of different conditions, and we calculate the value of hoop tension and moment and shear forces directly from tables. We do not do any assumption that, and we do not use any equation for T, M or V. We just open our concerned table and we get the direct values. I will be showing you the tables in the next slide. So what we do in this code, we have such different cases. For example, first is fixed base and free top with triangular loading, hinged base and free top with triangular loading. Hinged base means the base is flexible, so this is the first case. And then is the hinged base and free top, which is the for trapezoidal loading. There can be trapezoidal loading also, so this is the case for that. So what we do, we just first of all we select what case we have, then we must know for which case we have to use which table. So for fixed base and free top, table number 9 of the code shows the values of hoop tension, table number 10 shows that of bending moment, and table number 11 for shear force. Similarly, for each case we have different tables. So I have summarized these here. Sorry, these are for hinged base and free top. So as you can see, table number 9 to 14 we can use for circular tanks with rigid base or fixed base or flexible base. So what we have in these tables I will show you in the next slide. This is example of table number 9 of the IS 3370 part 4. This is the table for tension in circular ring wall, fixed base, free top and subjected to triangular loading, and this is the table for T, direct tension, and here T is equal to coefficient into W into H into R, or D by 2. R is the radius, or we can write it D by 2. Now what we do here, in this particular table, as you can see, these values which you are looking at, these are the coefficients of tension. So we get this coefficient from this table, and we just multiply it with WH into D by 2, where W is the gamma W, unit weight of water, and we get the value of T. Now how do we use this table? It is very simple. First of all, we calculate this value h square by d into t for your particular tank. H is the height of tank wall, d is the diameter of your tank wall and t is the thickness of your tank wall. So first of all, you will have to assume this thickness. Either you can take 180 mm, 200 mm, 250 mm, anything. You will have to assume this. So on the basis of this, we calculate h square by dt ratio. So for example, our value of h square by dt is coming out to be 3. Now, as it is clear to you, we are trying to determine the maximum value of hoop tension. So obviously, the maximum value of coefficient will give you the maximum value of T maximum. So in this row, you have to identify the maximum value of coefficient, and that from that value we can find the maximum hoop tension. So as you can see here it is 0.357, here it is 0.362, and here it is 0.330. So you can easily identify the maximum value to be 0.362. So we substitute this value in the place of coefficient and multiply with gamma into h into d by 2, and we get the T maximum. And you can see here that this maximum value is at 0.5h. So it is not definite here that the value will be as in the approximate method we assumed that the value will be maximum always at h by 3 or 1 meter, but this is not h by 3, this is 0.5 times h. So this is the IS code method, this is the application of IS code method. Similarly, you can do it for bending moment calculation also. So here bending moment will be coefficient into gamma w into h cube. So similarly, for h square by dt, you get the maximum value of bending moment coefficient and you multiply that with the coefficient. So here I think this is the maximum value of bending moment coefficient. You multiply, sorry, this is not the maximum value. This is the maximum value, 0.0019. Ignore the negative sign, just look at the maximum value, not the sign. So this is the maximum value. So the cantilever moment coefficient, bending moment coefficient will be 0.0019. We substitute it here to get the maximum moment. So this is how these tables are used. Similarly, you can calculate the shear force if required. This is for triangular. For shear force, we have only one table for different cases, like triangular load fixed base, rectangular load fixed base, triangular load, or rectangular load hinged base. So all the cases are given in this particular table. So I hope you understand how this IS 3370 part 4 tables work. You just find out the coefficients, maximum coefficients, and multiply it with gamma into h into d by 3, 2 by 4, gamma h into d by 2 for hoop tension, for bending moment gamma h cube, and for shear force gamma h square, and we get the required maximum values of tension and moments. Then we can follow the next steps, that is calculation of reinforcements as done in the previous case. So let us look at a question. Here we have to design a circular tank using IS code method with fixed base for 500 kiloliter capacity. So first we calculate the diameter, then we calculate the design constants. Now here the steps are different. First of all, we assume the thickness of wall, so I have taken it to be 150 mm. Then we calculate the ratio h square by dt, 5.2 square, 11.3 into 0.15. So we are getting it to be 16. Now as it is fixed base and it is free at top, and it is all, there will be obviously triangular loading due to the water pressure, so we will be using table number 9, 10, 11. For fixed base and free top we will be using 9, 10, 11. So for value of h square by dt 16, the maximum coefficient of hoop tension is 0.687, and for h square by dt equal to 16, from table number 10 we get the maximum value of bending moment coefficient to be 0.0079. So we multiply these values with the coefficient with gamma h cube and gamma h into d by 2. So from table number 10, the maximum bending moment coefficient for h square by dt is equal to 16 was 0.0079. Let us look again. I'm just checking. Yes, 0.0079, which was at height capital H. So height capital H means just at the base. And from table number 9, the maximum hoop tension coefficient was 0.687, and from table number 11 the shear force coefficient for 16 and triangular load with fixed base is 0.127. So we get all these three values, and we get the design bending moment as bending moment coefficient into gamma h cube, this design shear force coefficient into gamma h square, and the design hoop tension as tension coefficient into gamma h into d by 2 as 194.08. So now these are the values of all forces and moments. Now we just apply a check. As you always know, whenever you do assumption, you always check it. So we had assumed thickness to be 150 mm. Now the required d will be under root of m upon rb. As you know, this is a circular tank with rigid base, so thickness of tank wall will depend on the cantilever moment. So the d required is coming out to be 75, and you have provided 150 total thickness. So I think your check is fine. Total thickness of 150 mm with effective cover of 30 mm, so your check seems to be totally fine. Now similarly as done in the previous question, we calculate area of reinforcement for cantilever bending moment and provide it in the vertical direction on the inner face. For hoop tension, we calculate the reinforcement and provide it in the form of hoops, and you can increase the spacing of hoops around the top, and we apply the check at the end for tensile stress also. So this is the design of the circular tank with rigid base with the help of IS code. So you can choose any of the both these methods, either approximate or IS code method, if not specified in your question, whichever you find most suitable. So these are the various references which I have used for the collecting the pictures and the tables for this particular presentation.